In this lesson, we are going to make these origami piece crane earrings. The required materials are 2 origami papers, which already cut in 1.5 inches square, and 2 ear wires, 4 eye pins, 2 4mm Swarovski Bicon style beads, and size 11 seed beads. The tools are chain nose plier, round nose plier, and flash cutter. Then this is not the requirement, but I prefer to protect those papers after make the crane shape. I use this protect, which is normally used for the people who has an allergic reaction towards the base metal. You can cover the surface with this product and they can avoid the allergic reaction. So you don't need to coat the paper, but I want to enjoy this beautiful earring for a long time. So for that case, I recommend you to use some coating materials. That my case, I use this one. The Japanese origami papers which I used were originally like this shape. You can buy those origami papers online, but I really like those papers that I found at the craft show. I will give you the link later, but this one you can cut with any kind of paper cutter, but I'm using this scrapbooking paper cutter, and this way you can make the square pretty even. So I recommend you to use the paper cutter to make the paper square. Then to make this earring, you need to know how to make this piece crane. So using a big paper, I will show you how to fold to make this shape. So I have square paper right here, and I will show you how to do it. First, you fold in half, and the most important part of origami is you have to be pretty accurate. Your corner has to be sharp. You can't do like this. Even small gap can make a big difference in the end. So you need to be careful about it. Then you will make a smaller triangle, fold it in half. Then you will use your finger and open it up like this. Then make the square. Actually, this is too soft, so I'm going to use just a plain tablecloth. And you will do the same thing on the other side. Using your finger and open it. And then bring the top part to the bottom. So now your paper should like this condition. It's easy to have a folding line clearly, so I just fold in the back and forth to make sure that we have good lines here. Next, using the one side of the square and using this center line, we are going to fold this part to be connected, no, not connected, to the center. See? Also, you do the same thing, the other side too. This is actually very important to make it sharp on the bottom. This part is going to be either the crane's tail or head, so it's very important. Make sure those are pretty much center. And you open it up and bring this paper up. This part might be a little bit difficult, but since we already fold the paper, paper will guide you where you need to fold it. And so using that guideline that we just made, we are making it this shape. You can see. So this part is also the same thing. This part it will be the wing part later. Then fold it back to make sure you have a very sharp edge. Now you do the same thing the other side. You know, this piece crane is the symbol of the peace. In Japan, almost anybody can make this crane, since we normally learn how to do it when we were very small. And I decided to make this earring after the disaster hit Japan, tsunami and earthquake and tsunami. I used this for the fundraising. So I just wanted to share this idea with you. So now I fold it both sides. Then just fold it back. I keep telling you that you have to be pretty accurate, and then mine was not accurate. Yeah, this is better. And then the other side too. This one is not accurate either. Okay. So now you have this shape. You can maybe start seeing it. This one will be wing, this one with the back, this one, those will be head and tail. Now we are going to make smaller, the wings and next part. Actually, this will make the wings smaller. So fold it to the center to make sure you will make it pretty close to the perfect shape. And do the same thing the other side. paper should look like this. Then we are going to make tail and head. So folding, opening up this part and folding up, and fold it in half. Make sure you have a nice angle like this. Do the same thing the other side. You first fold in the top part and decide which angle will be good. And normally I pick the better shape part for the tail. So I'm going to make this part head. To make the head, just fold it top of the top part of this side. Then you need to pinch to make the head. So this part is inside. And then this angle is very important too. So, and then you can open it up. This is piece crane, and then you can imagine even making this shape, make it as even, is very difficult. So you can imagine using this small paper to fold it is pretty difficult. So you should practice with the big paper many times, then gradually making the paper smaller. And folding this one, you use a lot of fingernails to do it. Okay, now I will show you how I fold this small paper. Since I already explained how to make the crane shape, I will just do it in my speed. So you just watch me how to do it. And since this is very small paper, it may be difficult to make it even, very accurate. But please be careful, and then make sure that as much as accurate that you make it. It will make a big difference to the end. So I don't even use the table. It's so small. And then this time, since I use a plain paper, I didn't explain. This time, you will choose which part will be the wing part. I like the wing part that has more design. And when you compare this pattern or this pattern is more busy, and I like this one, so I use this side. This is one tip that you can use. If you use this side, it will be very plain and it's not fun. But some people prefer to have a very plain design, so it's up to you. I used my fingernail a lot to make this small thing. I use the Japanese washi origami paper, but you can use any kind of paper if it's square. So I do the same thing, the other side. And since I like the smaller crane for the earring. This time actually I'm folding in 1¼ inches square paper, but I think it will be a big challenge for the people who just start making the origami crane. So as I said, 1½ inches square will work well. But in the future, if you don't like that size, you can proceed to make this smaller one. It's only a quarter inches square different, but it can make a big difference. As I said, as much as accurate as possible, but since these papers are small and pretty thick with this design, so it might be difficult to make it really accurate. But I was able to make it. Even we choose the pretty busy side to use for wings, we fold it in about the half size of it, so we lost a lot of pattern. So just be aware it won't be same as what you expected, but it's pretty nice. So before I start making the earring, I need to coat this origami crane to make sure it'll be okay to be hit by rain. It's not heavy rain though, so just to use this one and coat it. This is actually made for metal, but I tried it and then originally I coated with waterproof coating first, then put this one, but it takes a long time to do it, so I just tried without the waterproof coating. I skipped that process and then I just put it on. It worked well, so I keep doing this recently, and this will be just fine. So you just put all over, back and top. Then after it dried up, you will do the same thing on the head, and then one more time you just coat on the top of the wings. That will make it a little bit harder, and it will be nice to keep the shape for a long time. After it dried up, it takes about 30 minutes, and still you can bend the wing a little bit, but those shapes won't change. It's pretty steady now. So you can adjust the wing part a little bit even after the coat. Now we are going to make the earring. First of all, we need to make some kind of parts to attach this crane to the other parts, and I want to use those eye pins. I prefer to use the base metal eye pins at this time because those are much easier to handle. It's much softer than the regular sterling silver pins. But if you use the sterling silver pins, you have to have a very thin one. And I forgot to tell you at the required materials part, you need some kind of sharp pin or needle to poke the hole on the crane. And you're gonna gently put the hole on the top to the bottom of the crane. Make sure you didn't change the shape of the back. You do the same thing. Gently, gently you need to do it. And then make sure you will put the hole in the middle. Otherwise, your crane will head down or heads up. Slightly heads up or slightly head down is okay, but if you put the hole close to the either side, that will make a strange angle. So after I put the hole, what I'm going to do is, maybe this one is easier to see, put the eye pin from the top to bottom. Then holding the eye pin like this way, and then you bend the bottom part 90-degree angle. So normally when I make the other side of the loop, it will be facing the same way, but this time, since I'm not using this as a connector, I do this way. Then using the flush cutter, you cut the bottom part, and then make sure that you are folding the top part like this way. Then using the round nose plier, I'm gonna make the loop right here. So after that, you can see those holes are facing the different direction. And what I do is make sure this pin won't come off. I will, using the chain nose plier, I will bend this round part to the either side of the crane. I prefer to use it towards the tail, but it's not a big deal because once they become a earring, you won't see it. The reason why I used eye pin instead of using the head pin, head pin's head is not big enough to support this shape that it might come through from this hole, and also making this loop on the top of the crane is extremely difficult. Even myself had a tough time to make it. So this way, we don't need to touch the back of the crane, and then it's pretty secure that it doesn't come off. So I like to do this way. But it's up to you. If you want to use the head pin and try it the other way, that will be okay too. Then I'm gonna make the top part of the earring. this is the pattern I use a lot. One size 11 seed bead, one 4mm, another size 11 seed piece. I like this pattern to make anything connect to the earring or whatever. I think this is very simple, but it's very nice. So this time, same as usual, we're gonna fold it in the same direction of the other loop. Then make the round shape. Using the round nose plier. Okay. And now we are connecting all three parts that we have now. And I think I explained in other DVDs too, but I prefer to connect those already made loop and the loop I made, connect together, because that way it doesn't look too bad even your loop is not as good as you wanted to make. This time I was not pretty happy. I was not happy about my loop. So this will be a great example. But you know, when you connect the one already made perfect shape, and you know that loop you made, it doesn't look bad. If you connect the two of them, the hand rounded side, sometimes you can tell. It's small detail, but I want you to be aware those small details can make a big difference. Okay, and then another small detail, what I'm going to do is I will make sure that the crane is always facing forward when you wear them. So open up this ring, and this will be the side you're gonna wear. So you wanted to have crane always facing this way. Okay, so make sure this will be this side. Oops. Then close this loop. So this way you can see your crane is always facing forward. So you do the same thing for the other side, and finally you can enjoy your beautiful origami piece crane earrings.